Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday's live feed for Hatha Yoga. We'll begin in just a moment. You may want a cloth strap to stretch hamstrings, chest, shoulders. This is one of the main things that I use as an accessory. And I typically don't do prop intensive practices because I don't know that everybody has props. I might mention, you can use a block if you have one, but just extending your fingers works too. But I don't do prop specific stuff very often. The strap, though, is a really good thing. And if you don't have a yoga strap, use a belt, bathrobe tie, anything you need to get your stretch on. We're going to begin in just a moment laying down. So we will begin in Shavasana. And taking some time to breathe and just relax. If Shavasana doesn't feel good on your lower back, you can have your legs bent. But ultimately, you want to position yourself in a way, either in the classic form or an adaptation, that helps you to be still. Shavasana is a pose of stillness. You take time to reflect and check how you feel through the body, connect with your breath. And go ahead and bend the legs. Bring the knees to chest. And open the arms. Take the legs to the left, body twisting right. And come back and take the other side. Pass through center and then legs to the opposite side. Keep the shoulder grounded on the left. And take about 3 deep breaths. And come back to center. Continue to breathe smoothly. We'll do a light movement to awaken the core. Now, if your low back arches a lot and you feel pain, you can have the legs higher, extending out, and bending the knees in. Keep doing that if you need. Otherwise, extend the legs all the way to the floor, and then bend the knees in, keeping the feet together if you can, and moving with a great rhythm to really feel all these little muscles as we gradually awaken the trunk of the body. And knees to chest. Holding the back of the legs. Rock on up. And draw the hips back. Sitting bones back. And go ahead and lift the arms. And really sit up tall. And arms relax. Bend the legs. And we're going to do a gentle Navasana. Hold the back of the legs, lift the knees and the chest. And then feet down. Pull on the shins, lift the chest even more. And then either do that gentle form or partial form, or extending the legs if you keep the knees and chest high. Full form. Good. And then release and switch back to hands and knees. Rolling out the back. Nice smooth flow. After about 3 times, extend the right leg, lift just hip height, lift the left arm, and switching sides. Extending the left leg, and lift the opposite arm. You don't have to lift the leg too high, just as high as the hip. And come on down. Let's go ahead and do this little shoulder roll thing where we plug down, but then roll up and lift, and continue this sort of circular shoulder warm up. I typically like plugging in the shoulders, like especially in something like plank or side plank, is not so healthy for them. But here we have a lot of weight on the legs as well as the arms, and we can use this as a little therapeutic, and then go forward and back up, so like a reverse roll. Maybe a little bend in the elbows helps with that smooth roll and the momentum. Good. Seeing how that feels, and then really lifting out of the shoulders, lift the hips high, take your first downward dog, also called the mountain pose. Work on lifting the hips as high as you can and relaxing your head down. Deep breath. And let's go ahead and take a little child's pose. And come on up to sitting or kneeling. And big step up with the right foot. Runner's lunge. As always, we double check that the knee is above the ankle and work on lifting the chest. Then take the right hand on the knee and twist. Notice how the shoulders may tense in, but try and open them out. Stay broad in the chest. Good, and come on down and switch to warrior one. You can do a shorter stance, but if you can stay in a long stance, then that's good. You can support the thigh or bring the arms up, abs in. And then weave the right finger in front and push up through the palms. If that's too much on the wrists, neck, or shoulders, you can skip it, but otherwise this is a nice variation to breathe into. And we'll glide down and take downward dog. Inhale, plank. And put the knees down very soft. Lower all the way. And then inhale, basic locust, where you lift the legs and the chest. And exhale, lower. Then inhale, cobra, using the arms but just a bit. And exhale, lower. And use the core and lift to neutral. Back to plank. Long plank, shoulders above the wrists or the wrists even more forward. Back to dog stretch. Yeah, kneeling position. Big step up with the left foot. Left foot steps up, knee above the ankle, and work on lifting the chest. and twist. And very good. Come on down. Warrior one. Rising up. Aligning in the pose. Drawing Uddiyana Bandha. Firm the back legs. Square the hips. Spread all 10 toes. And if you can, weave the left finger forward first and push up through the palms. Deep breath. Keep squaring the hips and the chest for a great stretch and to align the spine. Nice, clear, steady eye gaze will help you with your focus and determination. And then we'll glide down and take downward dog. Move the feet back, make it long. Inhale, plank. A smooth flow forward. And then knees down, elbows down with the hands further forward, probably hands off the mat, legs at the back of the mat, feet that is, and then drop the hips, shoulder level, elbow plank. Deep breath. Good, and then the Sphinx. If you like, lengthen the arms. Come on down. Place the hands back alongside the chest. Lift, take plank. And then downward dog. Knees down, and then levitated cat. Tuck under the toes, lift the knees just a little bit, and bring them back to more of a neutral position so you can really feel the core. Push into the feet and the hands, but especially into the feet, and you really feel the lower abdomen by hovering the knees. If your back is sore, have the knees higher, but otherwise have the knees just barely off the ground, almost like it looks like they're on the ground, but they're not. Good. And knees touch down. Let's turn to the side and walk or hop the feet apart. Straddle pose. Deep breath. And put a good bend in the knees. And come on up. And open the right foot. Turn the back foot in. Open the arms. And take triangle. Just a little bit of one. Or you can reach lower and open up in the chest. Inhale, glide up. And turn the back foot way in. Open that left foot, spread the toes, lengthen the arms and the ribs as well. So the legs, ribs, spine, arms are long, the breath is long. And you take triangle. Very good. Come on up. And center the feet, hinge down. Bend the right knee. And then the left. Come back to center. Take the left hand to the right side of the chest. Twist and hold the lower back. And come on down. Right hand to the left side of the chest. Twist and hold the lower back. Good. Let's do that again. Feel free to hold the lower back or extend the right arm. Using extra height with your fingertips is helpful. And then switch sides. Nice, smooth flow. Keep breathing. And come on down. Let's go ahead and put a bend in the legs. Stand on up. And slowly bring the feet closer to each other until you can lightly transition to the front of the mat. Feet parallel. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit deep into it and put weight in the heels. Now, if your knees hurt or your shoulders, you can do it moderately like this, but you can sit really deep if it feels good on your joints. You'll work the muscles hard, which is good. It's good to work hard with the muscles, but it's not good to be hard with the joints. So we understand that clearly as we breathe smoothly. And then take plank position. And hover chaturanga. You could put the knees down or you could just rest and face down. Otherwise, tucking the tailbone, flattening the back, squeezing the core, holding for a breath or two, and then release. Hands a little higher than normal. Cobra for 2 to 3 breaths. Keep the elbows bent. And come on down. Chin to chest, roll up to cobra. See how that feels. Lift the head last. Exhale, come down. And we're going to do another round of the Sphinx. Try with the hands extra wide if you feel tight in your chest. And take some time here. Breathe. And come on down. Use the core and lift. And push into the legs. Downward dog. we're going to switch to a nice posture for a seated twist. So sit on your heels if you feel comfortable doing that. If you want an advanced variation, you could make the heels wider and sit in Virasana. And you can also have your legs in front in different shapes to allow comfort. So long as you can sit tall, and we'll add that twist to the right. Turn the head if it's working for you, and if not, just look neutral. Other side. Very good. Come back to center. Bring the legs out from underneath. And set up for a basic bridge or a tabletop. Legs bent. If your torso is really long or your femurs are really long, you want a good amount of distance between the hands and the feet. And you can use your fists, which is hard on the knuckles, but it's easy on the wrists, and it helps the shoulders to open. So use flat palms or fists. And lift partway, or getting really lifted flat like a table. If you can really get the chest to be aligned, you can take the head back, but only if it's working for you. Make sure you can breathe. Excellent. Let's go ahead and come on down. Scoot the hips back a little bit. Bend the left leg in. Hold the ground. Extend the right leg. One leg Navasana. Keep the knees equally high to each other if you can. And switch sides. It's a little different for the core. A little bit more in the hip flexor, less in the abs, but still very good for all the muscles. Good. We've done both sides. Again, lift, maybe manually draw the sitting bones back. And I'm holding the ground. Let's take Navasana. Keep holding the ground or extend the arms. Notice the difference between the one leg form and this full form. Nice. We'll release from that. Bend the right leg in. Bring the hands a good distance back. And we're going to do one leg reverse plank. So really push strong through the hands and especially the right foot. And point the left foot and lift and stretch the shoulders. Deep breath. Come on down. And switching sides. If you need an extra breath, take a moment or two, that's fine. And one leg reverse plank. And come on down. Now open the left knee and set up for Janu Shirshasana. If you have a very flexible hip opening practice, you could do a half lotus so long as the ankle isn't twisted. Otherwise, the normal Janu is always a good stretch for the low back and the hamstrings. Stretching, reaching forward, deep breath. And other side. Nice stretch. Slowing down the breath. And noticing how this helps to cool and calm the mind as well. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and sit cross-legged. Take our strap. If you're very tight in your shoulders, you can go really wide with the hands. If you have good flexibility, you want to challenge yourself a bit, you can go less wide and stretch back and forth. Make sure there's nothing behind you that's going to impinge your range of motion. Keep breathing really smoothly. This is one that I do pretty often, and it never gets old, not for me anyway. So hopefully you enjoy it as well. It's so good for your posture, your chest, not having pain in your neck, improving back bends, so many things. So we'll go ahead and hold now with the arms back, maybe like a little bit. You can even have the elbows bent, but if you really can lengthen the arms and take them further back, then that's good. As always, go as far as you can breathe really deep and smooth. No further. And release. Let's go ahead and lay on down. Take a breath or two in Shavasana. And take one clearing breath where you breathe in. Let it out with the exhale. And see how that feels. Take the strap again. Lift the right leg. And stretch. You could have the left leg bent. Or you can have both legs lengthened. Keep the neck long with the shoulders grounded. Hold firm with the strap, but not too much so your shoulders and chest is tight. Relax all through the body as you continue rhythmic breathing. And when you're ready, switch sides. Using the strap right over the ball of the foot will help you draw the toes down and stretch the calves and Achilles. Take a little bit more time here. And if you notice this is a very tight hamstring, you can spend extra time on your own. Otherwise, we'll do about an equal 5 breaths side to side. And release the leg. Lengthening through the left leg, opening the arms, and shifting up onto the left hip. Right arm grounds, right shoulder grounds, and use the left hand on the right thigh and stretching. And unwind. And switch sides. Nice deep breath. And when you feel nice and even, take Shavasana. Again, like we talked about earlier, it's any experience that allows stillness or silence. So that could be meditating, legs up the wall, laying with the knees bent, hip openers. But if you can, experience the simplicity of the traditional pose. Take a couple more deep breaths, and then switch to long, slow breaths. We'll do a few minutes here. If you want to turn the volume off and do a solid 10, 15 minutes, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll just relax a little bit more before closing practice. Breath becomes softer and more effortless. The body and mind and emotions follow that trend as well. Letting go into the flow. When you're ready, deepen the breath. Come back to knees to chest. And then rise up to a nice, comfortable seat. Sit tall and breathe deep. We're going to do one clearing breath and one Om to conclude our practice. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And inhale for Om. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. This was more of an abbreviated form Hatha Yoga practice. We typically will do between 50 and 70 minutes on our Thursday live stream, but today we did a little shorter practice to allow for certain life scheduling we have with the family here in the Benjamin household. Classes are for donation, and myself and my family appreciate it greatly. I can create more content through people giving donation and allowing me to have time to do that. I'm doing, you can hit the link below. I'm also doing a benefit class for Keep Growing Detroit, which is a charity that I do seasonal benefits for, like 3 times a year. We do a class for them. This one's going to be on Saturday, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, and it's going to focus on the neck and shoulders. So a lighter class, a little bit of muscle toning work, but a lot of relaxation and great stretches for your neck and shoulders. So check that out. 3:30 this Saturday, Pacific Standard Time. And if you're not able to hit a donation below, don't worry about it. Maybe later you'll have good finances and you can send me something later, or you can just share with your friends, give a comment, good like, hit the notification bell and subscribe. All these things really, really help, and I appreciate everything. So thank you again. And as always, drink water. Take good care of yourself, your friends and family. And I will see you again. We're going to do vinyasa Saturday morning and then a gentle neck shoulders class to benefit Keep Growing Detroit Saturday afternoon. So looking forward to it. Ciao for now.